Are you talking about the very act of being observed, or are you talking about
the act,
what
the act of being observed and what would constitute as getting their awareness, I think, would really disrupt a lot of activity.
If you were there at 2 in the morning, would that be taken into question because it was 2 in the morning and be outside?
Okay. Let's take in the very back, sitting on the floor.
Well, in light of the ACLU's like investigation of public safety, is this the right time to be letting them like electronically monitor us?
Here.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the challenges that public safety officers actually face in, I guess, keeping this campus safe, and how the cameras will actually, I don't know, I'm interested in hearing that argument, how cameras will improve the safety.
Just looking over the concerns, I'm just wondering, this as an initiative of Community Council and the public safety, whether the question is whether security cameras would make the students feel safer, or whether it would be a strategic move for public safety to implement something that would either make their job easier or sort of change the standard of what constitutes policing and safety on this campus.
To just respond to that directly, this wasn't an initiative of the Community Council by any means. This meeting is an initiative.
So I'm going to do one sweep from this side to over here, and then we're going to start talking to these issues so that we can get to the discussion.
Actually, I just want to say something. So there's a lot of hands up and we have a lot of concerns. I just want everyone to keep in mind that we only have maybe a little over an hour left of this meeting. And it's really important that we make sure to actually address each of these concerns like fully and not just kind of like blow over them. So if you have a comment and it's like sort of related to this, like wait. And then when that concern is arise, then raise your hand and talk about it.
Okay, so in the back.
It seems like these cameras are going to act more of as a deterrent to property crimes than to like assaults on people, which I think is a much more important issue. I think for making people more secure, like better security systems in the dorms, such as maybe swipe cards.
Yeah.
The current key system we have to keep people safe and security cameras watching their property.
Then also.
I actually have to have a question to answer before I can raise a concern. Have these cameras already been purchased?
No.
Okay, then it's fine.
Just a point before any more questions are asked. The language, the words that the notes are being taken in are not the words that students are saying. And I feel like that sort of changes the discussion when you change the words. So if you'd mind taking notes more verbatim to what people are saying, I would appreciate that.
Because so many people are raising similar concerns, it'd be difficult taking verbatim. These are the general issues that are being risen,
and also, these are not minutes. I'm taking minutes.
Yeah,
and those will be online. So these are just for us meeting right now.
After this meeting, this will be posted on the council website, which is council.hampshire.edu. These are just so we kind of focus the discussion once we start talking about the issues. I'm not trying to change what you're thinking.
There are some key phrases that just like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying is that it's being filtered through the people that are writing it down, and that's unavoidable at some point, but an effort can be made. Great. So in the back.
I know you said that they hadn't purchased the cameras already, but I thought my understanding from Delaware was that the cameras had been purchased and are waiting to go up, and they wanted to address it before that happened.
Such purchases would have to come through me. They have not been purchased yet.
They haven't.
The cameras have not been purchased yet.
Who ultimately will be making the decision as to whether or not the cameras will go up? It's just an issue I'd like to.
I believe that would be put to. Okay.
I have two major concerns. One is already some of them addressed. Just a question of how do people feel about this making me actually feel sick. Now that personally, if I'm under surveillance, it makes me feel extremely uncomfortable, and it would make me feel extremely unsafe. And I'm also concerned about, I feel like maybe getting cameras might be a sidestep of avoiding smaller issues which in conglomeration can make a much bigger effect than cameras, including like more call boxes. I've heard from people that not all the call boxes work all the time. I've also heard from people about feeling unsafe because certain parts of campus are still very dark. Little things like that need to be addressed, I feel, way before we even consider cameras.
Other issues may be more important. Yeah.
My concern is that I don't feel as though we have any guarantee as students that anything we say here will change anything at all, and that just between community council's work with public safety and with this administration, that I don't feel as students, and maybe it's just me personally being paranoid, but even from the way things have been moving this year, that the things that our concerns are somehow being addressed by you means that you guys already have answers or are going to work through answers to these issues, which tells me that what we say isn't really affecting whether or not cameras are going to be placed on campus, and that's kind of a big concern for me, and I think for the student body.
Well, to assure you, we do work really closely with public safety.
I know.
And we have SafeCom is a subcommittee of community council. All that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it means something to us, and our role as people that public safety looks to hold meetings like this, because there really is no other way for them to ask, or I shouldn't say there's no other way. This is one of the easiest ways for them to get the input of the students, is to give it to community council, to open it up to student input. And this meeting is going to be given, the outcomes of this meeting will be sent directly to public safety and being heard by the director currently.
Yeah, just a minor note. If we didn't work with public safety in the school, they wouldn't be here and we'd all be talking to each other. So how effective is that? The fact that we're working with the school and that they can be here, that they can hear the concerns, respond to the concerns, and have a discussion with students. That's what we're doing. So it's facilitating, bringing together the students and the rest of the school.
Okay, let's continue. Go.
I think the risk or issue that I have, and what I don't know his name is, what he was trying to say is that even if the student body comes to a consensus that is different than the opinion of public safety or the administration, is the student body's opinion going to be more validated than the administration's opinion, or is the administration just going to say, well, thanks for your opinion, but that's wrong, and go ahead with their activity or idea?
Okay. In the back.
I think the concerns about the abuse of surveillance power by public safety are extremely hyperbolic and completely lacking in perspective.
Okay, we'll add that.
It's not a concern.
Yeah. We've been discussing cameras in the parking lots. I might just be missing something, but I don't really understand what cameras monitoring entrances would be doing. Would they be looking for cars that don't belong? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just wondering what.
One of the things people often mention when there are attacks, the first question people say is often to me, was it someone from our campus? There's a perception that...
Is there a roster of license plates?
Well, it could be used for that. In some places where cameras are put up, the cameras are set to look at the license plates. But since we don't have any kind of plan in place, that was just one of the things that might be discussed.